Hi girls, I'm Susie.
And I'm Sherry.
Grab a coffee or your favorite cup of tea.
Pull up a seat and take a deep breath.
We are dropping the pretenses.
And we're letting go of the need for perfection.
Come join the conversation. This is the Pink Seat.
Okay.
Hi guys, welcome to the Pink Seat. We're glad you're here.
We're always glad for just you guys and showing up for us.
I know. So we're not talking to an empty room today.
And I told Susie, we are actually filming today in the afternoon. And a lot of times we don't get around to doing this till the evening. So I thought I was going to have a lot of energy. And I came in today to film and I was like, Susie, I'm exhausted.
I feel better now.
Good. Well, and you made a coffee, which is good.
Well, I also went in the kitchen and did the Superman pose. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I have, but I don't.
I read about it. I don't remember what book it was, but it was some kind of like a self-help book.
Is it a yoga
about
pose? Superman?
No. This is like something you're supposed to do to help build your like build your energy, build your confidence.
Ooh,
so
tell me, does it work? Because I'll do it.
Yeah, it energizes you.
Yeah, I need that.
You just
I'll do it 20 times a day.
You just stand like Superman, like you're flying, or I don't actually know, but I just kind of do this or whatever to make your body like bigger.
Like stretch your arms out.
And feel like more confident, you know, like straighten your back.
Yes.
And it kind of like...
It like propels you into a state of like, oh, I have energy and I'm in charge.
It kind of tricks your brain.
I love that.
So
we should call it the Superwoman pose.
Okay.
Superwoman. Yeah, I need to do that.
There's some neuroscience behind it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm just feeling it. You girls ever have, I mean, we all do. I shouldn't say do you ever. Like we have those afternoons, those days where we wake up tired and it just kind of carries through all day. I woke up tired. And it's just like lasting.
Sometimes, if you just kind of like, you know, sit up straighter. This isn't the Superman pose, but, you know, sit up straighter and kind of like refocus.
I'm a sloucher, and that's something I am working on. I slouch a lot.
Pull your shoulders back, especially women. We kind of hunch because we also have been taught like modesty is covering your body, right? And so we can tend to like hunch in.
That's true. Yes. Yeah. Push your boobs out, girl.
No, you don't say that, Sherry. I'm saying it the nice way.
I don't have boobs to push out.
Pull your shoulders back.
Okay. Just for posture reasons.
For men too, right? Like
it does make you feel more alert when you are sitting up straight.
Yeah. So I just started doing this yesterday with our foster kiddo called strong sitting.
Oh.
And I read about it in a therapy book. So you just have the child sit with good posture for however many minutes you deem appropriate and quiet, and it helps them focus, stay calm, helps rewire their brains.
No way.
And so he managed. You're supposed to do it a minute for however old they are.
Oh.
So he's 11. So I told him we were going to strong sit. It's called strong sitting for 5 minutes, and he lost it. So I said, how about 3 minutes? And he still lost it. But then he ended up doing it. So
see, I kind of want to use that as an excuse. I'll be like, I have to go do this, and I have to be quiet, and I have to be alone, and no one can bother me for 40 some odd minutes.
For 2 hours.
Susie said so.
I'll be back in 2 hours.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
Yeah.
Aw.
Interesting. How was your week?
Yeah. It's good. Like, it's only Tuesday. I feel like it could be Friday. Like, I have had a very long few days. I think because my weekend was so busy. I had a weekend where it was so jam-packed full of things like baseball game and not my oldest daughter. My second oldest daughter has her senior prom coming up. So that was a big thing. We went to Syracuse. We went to dinner. It was super fun.
Okay, who was involved in the dress shopping? Is there an entourage?
So it was me and Emily, my youngest daughter, and then my mother. So Abby insisted that Nana come along.
It's kind of like wedding dress shopping.
It was a big deal.
There's pressure.
And we went to Windsor, which is in the Syracuse Mall. And the line, like me and my mom were like, why did we come here on a Saturday?
There's a line
just to get into the dressing room is like almost like halfway through the whole store. Like it is a big thing. Like they tell you when you can come back into the dressing room and how many dresses, and then they give you all the time that you want, but it's like that's why it takes so long. Like there was just so many girls in the store because it's prom season.
How many dresses did she try on?
She actually, Abby's funny. She did really good. Like she kind of goes in. She knows what she wants.
Okay.
She's very specific.
She
She's
knew what
kind
color?
of picky. She knew what color she wanted. I think she got like a lavender color. She only brought 2 different dresses. into the dressing room.
Okay.
She tried on the first one, tried on the second one. She's like, I like the first one. Boom, we were done. So it was quick.
What is the price range?
Oh my goodness. So this was the funny thing. This was more of a, I don't want to say a cheap dress, but it was under $200 for this prom dress. We saw some at other stores that went all the way up to $500 or $600.
And I've heard up to $800.
Oh my goodness.
But here's my thing.
Crazy.
They will not price dresses at that point if no one's buying them.
Right.
So
Someone
moms
is
are buying them.
Yeah, or the rich grandma or the rich aunt. I don't know.
Someone is buying these dresses.
Just to clarify, I am never buying an $800 prom dress for my daughter. I just won't do it.
Yeah.
A wedding is different. You could justify it for a wedding, I think. But a prom,
wedding is very different. You're an adult.
But these girls treat the prom almost like a wedding, right? You're still doing nails, hair, shoes, jewelry. I mean, it's a big thing. So
yeah, right. So the dress is just one part of it.
It's just a very small part of it.
Yeah.
So we got that part done, but yeah, it was fun.
Yay.
It was fun. And then Sunday, I was telling Susie, I have to just give a quick little recognition to my friend Karen, who passed away about a week and a half ago. She was a client of mine that I've cleaned for probably 7 years.
Wow.
Super sweet.
Aww.
She was one of the very first people that actually commented when our very first podcast came out. She left a comment and she would tell me, Sherry, I listened to your podcast this week. Aww. And she had a best friend. She has a best friend who they got together every single Thursday for coffee.
Wow.
And she would say, you and Susie remind me of me and my best friend.
No way.
Like just the chatter, the way you guys talk to each other, all
Sherry.
and I know it was so sweet.
So sweet.
So I just had to say that her celebration of life was on Sunday, and she was someone that I aspire to be. Like, her faith in the Lord. She had some health issues, but never, Susie, I mean, she never complained.
Wow.
She would leave me sweet notes with my money
my
on the shelf when I'd walk in. Like, I'm praying for you. I hope you have a good week. I appreciate you. And this woman was going through it.
Did you know any of her family? Does she live alone?
No. So she's married. She's a very, very nice guy that she's married to, and she has 2 older children in their 30s. But great family, Christian family. Aww. So she will be so missed. Like, I already miss her. So
we have one less viewer now.
I know. I thought of that because
sweet.
she would comment and she would heart things, and she was always telling me, like, I listened to your podcast. So thanks for listening, Karen.
Yes.
You will be missed.
Yes. It is slowly turning into spring in central New York.
Very slowly.
It's been brutal, we'll be honest. But we did have a sunny day yesterday, so I did all the things I could do.
Good.
I laid in the sun for as long as I could sneak out to do. We grilled.
Fun.
We made corn on the cob. And I cut up a watermelon. So I did as many in Mike mode. So it felt like summer.
Yes, watermelon, that fresh cut grass smell.
I know. And the corn on the cob. And we ate dinner outside. We played a card game outside. We tried to do all of them.
Sunshine is my favorite. Laying in the sun is, I think, my absolute favorite thing to do. The sun doesn't love my skin because I burn, but I love the sun.
I just went on the patio and I sprawled out like a starfish. And then our little foster kiddo came out and he was like, "Can I join you?" And I said, "Yeah, come right here.
Come right here and rest in the sun with me."
I said, "Soak up some vitamin D."
Oh, that's the best.
Have you started taking vitamin D?
I do. Yes.
Every day. Already do.
I do.
Okay.
Yes. I take my vitamin D because I need it.
Someone else then that I was trying to
I've always been very low in it. Like when I go for my yearly physicals for the blood work, my doctor every year is like, "You're low in vitamin D." But she would laugh and she would say, "But everyone in central New York is low in vitamin D." So I've been taking that consistently.
Especially this time of year.
You need it. I need it. Yeah.
Mother's Day is right around the corner.
I know.
We're almost there. What do you guys do for Mother's Day? What do you do for Mother's Day?
I have to tell you this, Susie. I love Mother's Day more than my birthday and more than Christmas. Mother's Day is my ultimate, absolute favorite day of the entire year.
Sherry, I did not realize you were so into holidays.
I know.
Like the celebratory days.
It's ridiculous. I know. But I have to say, and I don't want anyone to be mad at me and be like rolling their eyes like, she's so spoiled. It's because of my husband. He's so sweet to me on Mother's Day. It's like, it's always been a big deal. Like the gifts, the breakfast, the brunch, like the strawberries, the homemade waffles, the French toast, like the gifts. Like my kids and my husband always made it like a big deal, and the homemade cards and like the flowers. Like I feel like a little princess.
But then do you feel like you have to do all of that for Father's Day for him?
And then on Father's Day, I'm just like, what do you want to do today? What can I don't know. Adam's not like.
He doesn't care.
He really doesn't.
Okay.
It's not like a big deal for him.
I kind of feel a little pressure on Mother's Day because you have to be like over the top. Like, oh my goodness, I love that. This is actually the worst oatmeal I've ever had in my life, but thank you so much. It's so delicious. And
I will say it's hard just in the aspect too, a little like, so I am a mother, so my kids try to make it special for me, but I have a mother who lives here, and Adam has a mother who lives here.
That's what I was going to say. You also have a mother-in-law.
So it gets tricky. It's like you try to make it special for everyone. You try to see everyone. So it can be a busy day. It can be a long day, but...
Do you guys go out, or do you eat at home, or do you eat with your...
we do something different usually every year. Like we've done a brunch. I've hosted brunch at my house. Adam will sometimes grill. We've had Mother's Day at my mom's where like the boys will cook or do something on the grill. So it just depends.
Yeah.
I don't have a plan yet for this year, but do you normally go out on Mother's Day?
Usually Mike will try to take me out. So it's always on a Sunday, which we know. And I always preach on Mother's Day. So he... You know, I never want to go home and cook. I don't usually cook on Sundays anyway.
Yeah, I know,
just because it's just like a different, you know, we're here early.
Well, you technically are working on Sunday for a big portion of the day. Yeah.
So for Mother's Day, he will try to take me somewhere. But Mother's Day restaurants, it can kind of feel like Valentine's Day.
Yeah, where it's like $100 a person.
Yes, everything's overpriced. The food is like sometimes a limited menu, or they'll have a buffet where things are like very expensive and they don't feel to me as like fresh or that sounds kind of picky, but it's just if you're going to spend a lot of money on a meal, I would kind of prefer not to do it on Mother's Day. So I'm kind of thinking we're going to stay home. Yeah. And maybe one thing I do love about summer, well, there's a lot of things I love about summer, but I love that Mike grills so much outside.
Oh, it's the best.
My stovetop stays clean longer, you know, so I'm thinking maybe we'll do that.
And you have such a fun space. Like your backyard is so fun.
You can go outside.
Yes. And hopefully, it's covered. Even if it rains a little, if it's warm, you can still sit outside under your covering. So I hope the weather's nice though. It makes such a difference when the weather's nice on Mother's Day.
Adeline won't be home yet.
Yeah.
But
she doesn't come home until the end of May, right?
It's like middle to end. She's staying to go on a missions trip. Aww. So it's a good reason, but I'm also like,
I know.
Get home.
It's different when you don't have like all your kids with you. Like it's just a different feeling.
Yeah. I know. Well, I'm anticipating
but I'm excited. I don't know. I do. I love all the holidays. Like Susie said, I don't know. I get excited over all of these things. I think life is a celebration. It's what we make it.
Yeah.
Even my husband, Adam just finished his first semester of school.
Yay!
And I was like, we have to celebrate. We haven't yet, but I'm like, we have to do something. Like I will take the littlest of things and be like, this is a celebration. So,
that's sweet.
Yeah, celebrate the little things, girls. That sounds so cliche, but celebrate the little things.
You know, when it was COVID, we were getting so stir crazy. We started coming up every week. We do a family fun night, and we would make a theme. We'd have a themed dinner. We'd do little like
fun
decorations. One time we did Hawaiian night, and I went to the dollar store and we got like the grass skirts and we put on a video of how to do a luau, and I have pictures of Mike in his grass skirt, and we're learning on the TV how to do a luau. So you can for sure. You don't have to have a holiday. You don't have to have something on the calendar to celebrate.
No.
Google what is today National What Day.
There's
and it will
always
be like National Blueberry Muffin Day or
National Pancake Day.
National Learn How to Tie Your Shoes
There's
Day.
Always something.
Something.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Celebrate.
But yeah, for this week, it was funny. I was talking to Susie a little, and we knew Mother's Day was coming up, and I said, let's just do something lighthearted on the pod and talk about just motherhood, funny stories or things. as the week went on, I wrote a few things down in my notes app or typed a few things in, just funny things that my kids did when they were little. So I do have just a few stories to share.
Let's hear it.
Okay. This was a funny one. I'm going to start with my oldest daughter.
Okay.
If you guys remember Toy Story, okay, I'm dating myself, but Toy Story was a big deal when my kids were little. And I remember
Toy Story,
I mean, it still is. Toy Story is the best, okay?
And Toy Story 5 is coming out.
There's so many Toy Stories now.
Is it 4 or 5? A new one is coming.
I think it must be 4. Because wasn't
This
3 when
year.
Andy went away to college at the end of this?
I thought it was going to be the end, and then it wasn't.
I love Toy Story. Anyways, there's a part in that movie where I think it is it Woody that tells Buzz, or Buzz that tells Woody, you are a sad, strange little man? Do you remember this part in the movie?
I feel like it's something Buzz would say.
Right? I think it was Buzz. Yes. I think Buzz tells Woody, he goes, you are a sad, strange little man.
I can imagine it. Okay.
Anyways, so we had one of Adam's friends over for dinner one evening who lives in Atlanta. We do not see him often. He came over. He's not married. He was single at the time. And he was talking, and we're all having this family dinner that I prepared. And my daughter, Natalie, must have been maybe like 5 or 6 at the time. And it gets quiet for a minute, and she looks at this man, and she just goes, you are a sad, strange little man.
Oh, my goodness.
I died. I think I wanted to crawl under the table. And
Did you
Kevin
laugh?
didn't get the reference, okay? Like, my husband's friend, like, he didn't know this was from Toy Story.
Yeah.
We were laughing our heads off. And I was like, it's from a movie. Oh, my goodness, it's from a movie. She didn't mean anything by it. I mean, he started laughing,
That's
too.
so
but
cute.
I was looking at her like, oh, my goodness, okay? Like, who says that to your guest at dinner?
That's so
But
cute.
she must have had just watched the movie. I don't know what prompted her to say that to him, but I died.
We had a friend over for dinner. He was our boss, the pastor that we worked for a long time, and he wasn't our boss at the time. He was coming here to like guest speak for us. And we were at the dinner table together, and my daughter was sitting at the end of the bench at our dining room table.
Yeah.
And, we had sat at this table many, many, many times. And for some reason, she tried to scoot over, and there was no more bench to scoot over on. And she was sitting at the end next to him. And so she started to fall, and she went like this to grab something, and she knocked over her whole drink onto him. And I was so horrified.
I know. It's like you're always
what
mortified.
Are you gonna do?
Nothing. That actually sounds like something I would do as an adult. So
I know. That's cute. That's cute.
No, and I have another one of Abby. So my second oldest, when she was really little, she's probably a year and a half, we were outside playing. She was sitting on our patio, and one of my kids had left a lollipop on the patio that was covered in ants. Covered. And you girls probably already know where this story is going. I was like, I gotta grab a paper towel. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get this icky, sticky, nasty thing off of the patio. And when I came back, the lollipop was in her mouth. And there were ants all over her feet. Like, she had eaten the ants. I mean, there was yeah, that's where it went. So she didn't know. I should have removed her from the lollipop. Instead, I was just like, I don't even know she was walking at the time. Yeah, she popped that thing in her mouth, but
she didn't care.
She didn't care. It was tasty.
Adeline fought a bird over a chicken tender once.
Like a seagull?
Yeah, we were in San Antonio. We were living in San Antonio, and there's a river walk. And she had chicken tenders, I think, and she dropped one, and a bird, and then she just went to eat it right after the bird, and I was like, "Don't eat that."
That's so funny. My kids used to do it on purpose. Like at the beach, they would be like trying to feed the seagull, and then they would start swarming because they just come.
Yeah,
and then my kids would be like screaming and freaking out. But
yeah.
Speaking of food, this was another funny one. My third, so Sam. He always hated vegetables. And to this day, there's probably only like 2 or 3 vegetables that he'll eat. But moms, this is my encouragement to you. I'm not a firm believer anymore in the whole like you just have to try it thing.
Okay.
If your kid is telling you they don't like it, they don't like it, okay? I had made a dish one evening. It was stir fry, and it had mushrooms in it. And I remember Sam, he was little, maybe like 4 or 5, and he was like, I can't eat those. And
mushrooms
it was the whole,
are very divisive
you need to try them. And I just kept telling him, like, just try them. And if you don't like them, you don't ever have to eat them again, but just try them. And he just kept saying, like he didn't want to try these. And it was like, then there's a power struggle. Like, you're going to eat the mushroom. Just try the mushrooms. Susie, when I tell you this kid was dry heaving at the table, like gagging, I thought he was going to puke all over his food, which gets the sisters going. Because, you know, like when you watch somebody dry heave, then you're like, I might dry heave.
Yeah.
So then I felt terrible. I'm not kidding when I tell you, like 10 years later, I still feel bad that I made that kid try mushrooms.
He'll never eat them again.
Never. He never has ever again.
Maybe if he meets the right girl, she could talk him into it.
She'll make him some food with mushrooms in it, and he'll be like, this is the best thing I've ever eaten.
Mike and I were invited to a wedding when Adeline was very little, and we lived out of state. We didn't have any family to babysit her.
Yeah.
And so we just took her with us because that's what we did.
Right.
We just took her with us. And we were at the reception, and it was a beautiful reception. We were seated at a table with other people our age, but they didn't have kids. Or if they did, they certainly didn't have them with them.
Right.
But we didn't really know any of them.
Yeah.
And Adeline was pretty little. And I remember she was probably around 1. And I remember being surprised because she wasn't hungry. And I kept offering her different things and she didn't want to eat. And I'm thinking, that's really
weird.
odd.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, next thing I know, she just starts throwing up
At the table.
all over the table. This beautiful reception, this beautiful, venue,
with like guests
tablecloth,
sitting there.
Cloth, tablecloth, and she's just throwing up. And you can only react so quick. So there was a big, and so you're trying to I was trying to get the tablecloth off the table because there's no salvaging it, but there's everyone's place. And I don't remember if we just left.
Oh my goodness. You blocked it out. Susie has blocked that part out of her memory because it was traumatic.
Awful. Oh my gosh. People were saying this couple with their crazy
They had to bring their child.
I know. Who brings their 1-year-old?
Puked everywhere. Oh, I know.
So, yeah. Puking is just part of.
It is a part of motherhood. It is something that you go through. I just told a client the other day, she canceled on me because she said her 1.5-year-old was throwing up. And I said, this too shall pass. It is a part of motherhood, but I will say, Susie, as my kids have gotten older, we don't deal with it like we did when they were little. I swear, one would get a stomach bug or something, and then it would just be passed to everyone in my house.
Well, you forget how often they get sick when they're little. How many fevers, how many earaches, how many coughs, how many stomach issues. It feels nonstop because their little bodies are building up their immune systems.
You literally are up to your elbows in throw up and poop.
Adeline was our first, and I always wanted a little girl. I couldn't have been more excited when we found out she was a girl. But I had envisioned this sweet little thing, and then she was very cute, blonde hair, blue eyes, just this a darling
little doll,
but so feisty. And she had this thing. I don't know where she got it, but she would smack people in the butt. And we were at a movie theater, and the movie ended, and we got to go, and she ran up the aisle, and and she smacked the man in the butt and then ran back to me. And I'm like, what is happening right now?
You're where did she learn to? I know where she learned it. She watched Mike smacking your butt.
That's hilarious. Maybe so.
She's like, Dad does it to Mom. So this must be, socially appropriate.
That's funny how much kids do watch.
What do they say? More is caught than taught.
Yeah, this morning, our foster kiddo was taking his morning meds, and he has 3 capsules he takes. Yeah. And I was watching him, and he shoved all 3 of them in his mouth at the same time, and then took a drink. And I'm like, that's how you're doing it now? Because he used to only do 1, and now he's on 3 different.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? That's how Dad does it. And he's right, because Mike had an ulcer, and so he's on daily medication for a while now just to prevent any future. And so he takes several different.
So he sees him doing it.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
I know. But then so you have Adeline who's smacking strangers on the butt, but Ivy would be the opposite. I remember in Walmart, I was in the produce section picking out apples. So you're kind of focused. Yeah. You know where she's at, but you're kind of doing something. And next thing I know, I look over and she's hugging a random man in the produce section. And he's standing there kind of with his arms up
not sure
I
what
didn't
to
do this. This child I'm not in the wrong here. Innocent man just being hugged. And I would have to tell her, honey, you can't, it has to be a safe. I remember one time we were in a car at a stoplight, and she was sitting, in the van, and she's all just out of nowhere said, oh, I really want to hug that man about the driver of the car next to us.
No way.
So you see, and still their personalities, if someone's going to be like giving you a little slap upside the head because you're doing something wrong, it's Adeline.
And is
and
Ivy
if someone's
going to
comfort you, it's going to be Ivy for sure. Yeah.
Isn't that interesting how their little personalities, they do develop when they're very little. And it's like you see that carried through as they get older. Maybe not always, but a lot of times I do feel like that is how it goes. Oh.
And it was not, I tried to make Adeline this sweet little.
You can't change them.
And
they are who they are.
Had her own mind all the time and still does.
And honestly, she can use that to her advantage.
I love that about her.
I almost used to think, because I'm very strong-willed in a lot of areas, and I used to think it was a weakness, right? But I don't feel like that anymore.
No.
It really is a strength. I mean, when used appropriately and respectfully, of course, but it's a strength to be like that. So good for her.
I know. I love that about her. She still will get into arguments. Actually, just the other day, I had come downstairs and Mike was like, that daughter of yours. And they had gotten in a discussion on the phone about something theological. I can't remember what it was now, but
how funny.
She loves to get into it with Mike because she knows how to push his buttons. And like my point of view, and this is why I think.
So does she do that more so with him than you?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Because
that funny?
I think she Mike will just get like more sucked into it.
Yes.
And she loves it. And I think she feels like she can't do that at college with the people because she doesn't want to like rub people the wrong way.
Of course.
So I think she's looking for this outlet of who can I.
Well, and who knows you more than your family, right? It's like she can do it with you and her dad because,
it's hilarious.
He'll give it right back to her and then she gives it back to him. So that's awesome.
Who is your most independent kid, do you think?
It's funny because it's changed a little. Like, Natalie still, I would say, my oldest. I think that's pretty typical. She's very independent, almost to the point where I'm like, don't you need me for anything? But she's 21.
Yeah,
so, and honestly,
21.
I want to do a whole podcast eventually just about, like, I want to get some feedback about not raising, I guess, but parenting adult children.
Yeah.
It changes. I am absolutely in that season, Susie, where I'm like, you don't know how much to push.
Right.
You don't know how much, like, do I call them? Do I not call them? Am I texting too much? Am I not texting enough? Like, how do they need me now?
Right.
Because you do still need your parents when you're that age, but it's just, it all is different.
Well, and you have to be very careful how you frame things.
Yes.
Because if you tell them what to do, it's not well received.
Right.
Yeah.
And they just push you away a lot of times. The more you push, they push back and push away. So it's
a lot of I haven't read any books on it.
I haven't either.
Early. A lot of the book titles I see that are more like keep your mouth shut.
Right.
Be there if they want to hear your advice. But Adeline's been trying to decide about her housing for next year. She brought it up once. And then she brought it up again recently and said, I need your advice. Aww. And I just said, well, I kind of went through pros and cons. And I said, which way are you leaning? And, ultimately you have to.
But I love that she said, like, I want your advice. Then you feel like you can give it, right? It's that unsolicited advice sometimes from parents where you're like, I know, like, Mom, I know.
But those are the kids you feel like need it the most.
Yes.
The kids that are asking your advice it's the kid that doesn't want it, but you kind of have to sometimes let them make those mistakes on their own.
Yeah, no, so for sure, probably Natalie. And then the funny thing is my youngest, like my littlest, the baby of the family, Emily is fiercely independent. She is the same as Natalie. Like sometimes I look at my husband and I'll say like, does she even need us? Like, and she's always been like that. Not a touchy-feely kid. Doesn't really like hugs. Doesn't, she's just happy to be by her.
Average intellectually, right? Like always been at the top of the class. And physically, they look a lot alike.
They look so much alike. We always say, like, she is Natalie's mini-me. So funny.
It's interesting.
It is. It's interesting to just see, Abby is always like, she's my hugger. She's my cuddly one. She's the one texting me every detail of her day. The littlest, minutest things she's going to tell me. But I love that because my other kids don't tell me things.
Yeah.
And then there's Sam. He's my only boy. And the girls like to pick on me, and they're like, we know he's your favorite.
I was going to say, are they jealous?
I think a little. Because there is a little truth to that. I don't favor him or anything, but like, he's the boy. He's just sweet to me. He's the only one that thanks me for dinner every night. He'll be like, thank you, Mom. Thanks for dinner. Like, he's just kind to me.
Does he tell you you're pretty?
No.
Did he when he was little?
When he was little, he was very like, loved me, hugged me, sweetheart. And then as he got older, it kind of stopped. But that's okay. That's okay. But
I'm not a boy mom, so I just have to trust and hear what it's like. But it's different, right?
And I'm sort of worried. Like, I'm already thinking, like, what if he marries? I'm not even going to put this out there in the world. I don't want to speak it. But what if he marries someone I don't like?
He won't.
He better not.
No.
You hear horror stories about, like,
absolutely not
the daughter-in-laws.
No, you're gonna love her. That's the one good thing I have about 3 daughters.
Yeah, you don't have to do the daughter-in-law thing.
No, I just get son-in-laws, which I think will be much easier.
They're gonna love you. And they're going to love your cooking. They're going to be like, your mom knows how to cook.
Well, and I also feel like I will have a better shot at being close to the grandkids.
Yes.
Maybe. A better chance of being
You will. Because the
around.
girls, I think, tend to gravitate towards their moms. They really do. So
that's my hope.
You've set yourself up well. We both have, because we both have a bunch of daughters. So.
Yep. And I'll gain son-in-laws.
I know. It will be fun.
Mike and I always say we're probably going to have grandsons since we didn't have sons.
I hope you do. I hope you have a whole slew of them.
It'd be so fun.
Little grand boys. Oh my goodness, they're so cute.
I already told Mike we're gonna have a whole nursery. We're gonna do all the things.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Aww. I know. I can't wait for it, but then I can. It's like our
we're
time will
not
come.
ready.
We're not there yet.
No,
but
we can look forward, but we're not ready. Adeline's often said she doesn't want kids, but the other day she was asking me what kind of grandma are you going to be? So now I'm like, are you rethinking?
Oh, and that can change. She's only 19, right?
Oh, yeah.
She's got plenty of time to figure that out.
Yeah. So we don't push her. Whenever she would say, well, what if I don't want kids? I would say, that's totally fine. Yeah. You don't have to have kids.
Yeah. Aww.
But we know. Moms know, right?
What about regret, Susie? Is there anything that comes to mind when you think about, like, what... I guess we shouldn't live with regret because there's nothing we can do to change the past. But sometimes I think, like, what could I have done different? Or what if I could do a do-over?
Or what are the things you've had to forgive yourself for?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I definitely have some of those moments. I would say one of my biggest was what happened on Sunday mornings because Mike would go to the church so early and I would be home with the 3 girls, getting them ready.
It's a lot.
And that was usually the time I was at my worst. Just knowing like I didn't want to be late. I was getting them all ready and out the door.
You have to do breakfast and do you have your tights on and where's your other shoe? And
it was always a shoe for us. It was always a kid that couldn't find their shoe or something silly. And I would be mean and be angry. And then several times one of my kids would be crying in the car on the way to church. And then we'd get in the car, I'd take a breath, we'd be driving, and then I would, come to my senses, and I would have to be like, honey, I'm sorry. Mommy shouldn't have yelled at you.
I know.
I hate that.
Though. I was going to say something similar. If you girls remember when we had our friend Pam on the podcast, we were talking about motherhood, and she had said something about one of her regrets was not spending enough time with her kids, like just feeling like so many other things took priority. And I know as moms, really, we were doing the best that we could.
Sure.
But that is something that I think about because for me, I feel like I was a stay-at-home mom, so I did all the fun things with my kids that I could, but it was also like striking that balance of the laundry has to be done and the grocery shopping has to be done. There was no grocery delivery service. Okay. You had to get those kids in the car, get to the grocery store, prep the meals. Like, you know, the laundry baskets were always overflowing. The bathrooms needed to be clean. I feel like I spent so much time sometimes doing housework that I missed out on things that they were doing, or I should have just sat on the floor more, like just playing
it's your
with
personality.
them. I know,
and it's
but I often wonder, like, if that
affected them.
Yes. Like, I just wish, because you see how quick it goes. Everyone warns you of this. And when you're in it, it doesn't seem like it's going quick. And I look back, though, and I'm like, my baby is going to be 12 years old in a month.
Wow.
And it's like, where did it go? I want a do-over. I want to sit on the floor with her and play puzzles for 6 hours. Like, I would do it. I miss it.
You wouldn't, though.
I know. I know.
That's the thing, because you're never going to change who you are.
I know.
Like,
it's true.
You can't be gifted at everything.
Right.
And one of your gifts, one of your strengths is cleaning and tasks and getting those things done. And you're really good at that.
But
and
then
so
I think I can be alone someday and have a clean house.
Yeah, I know. We always
it's hard.
Look and
it's
wish.
just hard. You know, it's like coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Well, it's like, if you have straight hair, you wish your hair was curly.
Of course.
If you have curly hair, you wish your hair was straight. Like, it's just that feeling of, am I missing out? Did I miss out? But I don't know. I just feel like you can't change yourself.
And we cannot beat ourselves up. And I have to tell you this, Susie. Yesterday, before Abby left for work, we were sitting out on our deck in the sunshine for a little bit. And she had to go. And she said, Mom, I don't even know where this came from. But she said, Mom, nothing really makes me cry until I think about my childhood. This is probably because she's about to graduate. She's 18. Wow. And I said, what do you mean? And she goes, when I think about my childhood, she goes, it instantly makes me cry because I have the best memories.
Oh my
And
goodness.
she started listing all of these things, like, Mom, remember when you played sidewalk chalk with us? Remember when we would like go on the trampoline and you would put Dawn dish soap all over it and you would hose it down and we would do like trampoline slip and slide. Like, she started naming all of these things and like she's crying and I'm tearing up and I'm like,
oh my goodness.
And she goes, I'll never get that back. And they were the best memories. And I loved my childhood. And then I thought, okay, like, God, I needed to hear that.
Yeah,
because we beat ourselves up, you know, about all of the things maybe that we didn't do.
Right.
But then you'll have a child just say, like, I loved that you did this with me. Or this was the best memory. And it totally was like a redeeming moment that I needed to hear.
That's incredible. That's your Mother's Day gift.
I know. In a way, it really was.
Yeah.
I was like, it was so sweet.
What more do you need than that?
I know.
That's beautiful.
And I have this, I don't know if any of you saw my Instagram story. It was probably from like a few weeks ago. I follow these two other girls. They're podcasters, and they were reading this. They didn't write this. This is from somebody called To Sow a Seed. Okay. She's on Instagram, but she wrote this. So that kind of just segues us into this. I have to share this with you. It's just so sweet, girls. It said, someday your child will describe their childhood to someone you've never met. They'll sit at a table you didn't set, in a home you didn't build, across from people who only know them as adults. And they'll tell a story about what it was like to grow up in your house. Not every detail, just the parts that stayed. The feeling of walking through the door, the tone at the table, whether home felt warm or unwelcoming, joyful or tense, safe or performative. We don't get to choose the story they tell. We don't get to edit it later, but we are writing it now. Aww. In ordinary dinners and random Tuesday nights and moments like the one you're sitting in right this second, long after the Legos are gone and the schedules change and the house gets quieter, the story of home keeps speaking. So I think about what will feel familiar to them later. The sound of plates, the welcome at the door, the way we made room for friends and strangers and uncomfortable conversations and joyous celebrations. See, all those celebrations.
That's right.
These are the things that stay. I can't choose the story they'll tell someday, but I can keep setting the table like it matters because it does.
Oh, I love it.
Is that not just like pulling at your heartstrings?
Setting the table.
Like, girls, it's never too late. It's never too late to like make new memories and do new traditions. Your kids will remember these things long into adulthood, long after we're not here on this earth anymore. Our kids will remember what home was like.